That is truly terrible. It tastes like pineapple, but also celery and onion. And then there's kind of the earthiness from the beets coming through. Do not recommend. Hey guys, today we're working on the recipe tin project, which is where I cook a recipe out of this antique tin. The plan isn't necessarily for me to cook every single recipe in this tin because there are some repeats in there, like hot chicken salad. There's quite a few of those. There's a lot of like cream of mushroom soup chicken casseroles. So my process is I pick something that looks really delicious or something that looks really interesting that we might not see so much these days. And today we've got one of those. So this one is a little terrifying. It's just called beet salad. Beet salad's great, right? I love beet salad. Little arugula, beets, goat cheese, delicious. This is not that kind of beet salad. This is lemon jello, beets, pineapple juice, horseradish, vinegar, grated onion, and celery, all molded into some jiggly thing. So I just really wanted to see how that would turn out. So today, that's what we're doing. It's on a very simple little card. It almost looks like an index card, but it has a cute little graphic with a pie coming out of the oven. And it says it's from the recipe file of Winnie Hefner. I don't know when it's from, but probably the 50s would be my guess, maybe 60s. So there's really just the ingredients. There aren't instructions. And the first thing is a package of lemon jello, which I've got right here. And then you are supposed to combine that with the beet cooking liquid. But it doesn't tell you the process of boiling beets or anything. So to boil your beets, you're just gonna cut off the stems. You don't have to peel them or anything. And cover them in water, boil them. It'll take 20 to 40 minutes depending on the size of your beets. And then save your liquid because you're gonna dissolve the jello in it. When the beets are tender, you can drain them off, but save the liquid for this. And then once they're cool enough to touch, you just run them under water and the peels will slip right off in your hands. And my hands aren't even that pink. Okay, the lemon jello is dissolved in the hot beet liquid, and then we're gonna add in pineapple juice. I don't think I would have thought to put pineapple juice and beet juice and jello together, but we'll see what happens. That was a 2/3 cup of pineapple juice. And then there is, strangely, 2 teaspoons of horseradish, 2 teaspoons of vinegar. I'm using apple cider because that's what was in my cupboard, but who knows. A teaspoon of grated onion. I didn't really ever use grated onion until one of the recipes from this tin. It's great for things like salad dressing because then you don't have giant chunks of onion, so it's much less obtrusive. Okay, and then a cup of diced celery. That was about 2 celery ribs for me. I should switch to a spoon now, but oh well. Okay, and then it's 2 cups of diced beets. So I'm gonna get these guys cut up, and a teaspoon of salt. And we'll see just how pink my hands are after this. Apparently, when you're boiling beets, if you leave the stems on, it can keep the color from like leaching out into the liquid. But I had a bit of the stem on and my liquid was still like dark maroon, so I don't know that that's true. Beets are diced, hands are pink. The next step, I guess, is just to mix it all together and then it goes into the mold. I forgot salt. It says a teaspoon of salt. Give that a stir and then we'll pour it into the mold. I'm not accustomed to making molded jello items and things like this. So I looked it up and it says you should spray the mold. So I did. I don't know that this is really gonna fill it up all that well, but it's what I've got, so we will go for it. It smells like a combination of pineapple and horseradish. We will see. Don't splash all over my kitchen. Oh boy. My grandma used to make something well, no, not kind of like this. It was like a molded jello thing, but it was apples and walnuts, and I always really liked it. I don't know that I'm going to like beets, lemon jello, celery, horseradish, and pineapple juice, but I will keep an open mind. Okay, that's in there. And then I guess all that's left to do is chill it until it's solid, and then we'll try to unmold it. Couple hours in the fridge and it's looking pretty solid. I figured I'll go ahead and try to unmold it on camera because I'll probably fail miserably and maybe it'll be funny. I read that if you're having a hard time getting it out, you can dunk the whole thing, not over the top obviously, in warm water to try to loosen it a bit. And you also want to run a knife along the edge to separate it from the pan. So I'm doing that now with a little bit of water. I don't know if the water's necessary. It just seemed like a good idea. So I'm just going around the whole edge and then I'll try to invert it and hopefully it holds together. Now that I'm futzing with it a bit, it looks a little soft. So cross your fingers. Here we go. I don't hear anything. I did it! It's not cute. It looks like a sad jellyfish or maybe an organ of some kind. Oh boy. Okay. Well, I'll try it and let you know what I think. Here it is. Some mint didn't really help matters all that much. Let's try it. I probably should have let it set a little longer. It's jiggly. It's chunky. It smells like horseradish and a little bit like beets. I love beets. My husband says they taste like dirt, but I think they're wonderful. But I don't particularly want to eat them in an application like this. But we will try it. Okay. I'm really scared. That is truly terrible. It tastes like pineapple, but also celery and onion. And then there's kind of the earthiness from the beets coming through. Do not recommend. I don't know how or why anyone would ever eat this. But that was a fun experiment. And if you'd like, the recipe will be on our website if you want to try it too. Happy cooking.